Hi, it's time for us to tackle Map D. Map D introduces the next step in our journey through Theme 14, where we move on from all the beds dipping in one direction to beds dipping in more than one direction, where we have folds. Now, this harks back to the work we're doing in Theme 13. You might want to go back to that work to look at this in a bit more detail. You can see from the diagram here that folds are rocks that have been bent. Sometimes the tectonic stress has compressed the rock uh, and it's flexed as a result. Now, there's a few different terms that we use to describe these. For example, the hinge of the fold, where the bend actually occurs. It's also where the dip of the rocks changes direction. Each dipping side of the fold then is called a limb, and beds on each limb will all be dipping in the same direction. And we can measure the dip of that limb in the usual way, measuring a degree, an angle from horizontal. These folds then, if it's a down fold, we describe it as a synform. If it's an up fold, we describe it as an antiform. Think about the dip directions here. Remember, dip always goes down. So for a synform, we'll see two or the limbs of a fold dipping towards each other. In an antiform, those limbs will be dipping away from each other. So being able to recognize an upfold, an antiform, from a synform is really important. There are some other terms we can use as well, where we have folds that are symmetrical, where the length of the limbs is the same, and the axial plane, which is an imaginary surface that joins all the hinge points together, that will be vertical. An asymmetrical fold, though, we can see the length of the limbs is different, and as a result, then the axial plane will also be inclined at an angle. Okay, we're working on map D. This is on pages 12 and 13 of your Theme 14 booklet. You've got a map there, which you'll see gives us an indication that these beds are folded because we see a repeating pattern of beds. We also, between points X and Y, have our cross section there, showing us what these beds look like from the side. And we also have some information from borehole D that we need to finish off our cross section with. We need to complete this cross section. Okay, have a go at question 4. See what you can come up with.